Hello everyone, I'm Pradnya and welcome back to Unfiltered Reveries. I know it's been a minute, and by minute, a whole season of my life. So many changes have happened since the last time I recorded and released an episode for Unfiltered Reveries. And I had to take a break from the podcast because I needed to focus on the other changes that I wanted to bring about in my life, career wise. And it was too unknown a territory for me to just manage multiple things at the same time. So I really wanted to give it my all in understanding, in failing, in making mistakes, in learning. So that's why I paused the podcast. But it's been a minute, and I have had so many experiences. And even though I don't feel settled 100% with the new career choice that I made of being an entrepreneur, I do feel that it's never gonna be a settling feeling. I'll never feel that. But at least now I'm at a stage where I think that I can and I need an escape away from being an entrepreneur. And that is why I decided to come back and just share here, because this has always been my safe space, to pause and reflect and share and connect, which I think is a very essential part of my growth. And this is something that I really um, it's more than just something that makes me excited. It's something which I think genuinely connects with at least some people, because when I was away I did get messages from a lot of people, um, and I really didn't think that so many people were listening to my podcast, but they were, and they said that we used to listen to it every Wednesday, so why did you pause? And at that time I wasn't really very openly telling people about my entrepreneurial journey, because I was still figuring it out. But now that I think people know that I have my own brand, I think I feel personally a little bit more comfortable in also restarting this podcast, so that I can then share my learnings, especially about this absolutely new chapter that I've started in my life. And I think it's really vital for someone to share the honest learnings, the honest story of how it feels to be an entrepreneur when you have absolutely, you know, nothing to begin with. You just decide and you start everything from scratch. So that is going to be a major part of my episodes. I'll have a lot of episodes which cover that, and hopefully, we'll just have fun, me recording and you listening to them. So today I'm going to talk about something that I think many of us face when we take the road less traveled. We find chaos, and yet somehow we find clarity. We understand ourselves, and we understand the ifs and the buts and the do's and the don'ts of life. So, if you've ever chosen an unconventional path, I hope this episode feels like a warm, hug to you. So, let's get started. So, let's begin with me talking about where have I been and what has been up. So, for those of you who do not know, I have my own brand called Perfetite, which is a brand for petite women. Petite meaning for women who are 5 feet 3 inches or under in height. The brand is extremely inspired by my own experiences, by my own struggles of finding clothes and just generally surviving as a petite woman, uh, and having some not so great experiences, which eventually led me to a feeling of making other petite women feeling empowered and building a community wherein we uplift each other, wherein we try to spread message about the fact that it is okay to be who you are, and it is okay to um, not be as per the societal definition of perfect, but yet we are extremely gifted, and yet we are We deserve every bit of um, respect, every bit of encouragement, every bit of empowerment. And that is why I started Perfect Eat. It's not just a clothing brand, but it is actually my eventually what I want to do is create a community of petite women and do so many more inspiring things than just sell clothes. So that is why I started Perfect Eat. And my last year and a half almost went into doing a lot of research and understanding the market, studying other petite brands and what is it that I want to do with this brand. And I finally have full confidence in the vision of the brand, which is, like I said, creating a community. And secondly, I want to focus on slow fashion, because fast fashion is something which people are kind of trying, they are understanding that fast fashion isn't really that cool. There's so much of wastage that every individual, forget about, the landfills and the textile waste, that's a whole other thing. But just look at yourself individually. How many clothes do we have in our wardrobe, and how many of them do we actually use? So that hit me hard when I see, I'm still working on it, but when I see my overloaded wardrobe and no space to keep the actual good clothes, and the wardrobe is full of clothes which don't fit me because I never found clothes which fit me to begin with as a petite woman, I decided that, you know what, I am going to only sell clothes which are going to be versatile, comfortable, and which a girl will reach out to without putting her brain into it. Effortless styling, effortless fashion, yet looking extremely classy, extremely chic, and she should feel like super duper confident and like ready to conquer the world. That's the kind of feeling I want people to have when they wear my clothes. So that's the kind of clothes that I will also be, coming up with in my collections under the brand. So the transition from, being a corporate girly to then starting my own brand, in between I did a bit of podcasting, which really really helped me up my confidence. And starting the brand is a whole other story, which I'll share more in details, in snippets in this episode, and maybe later on in the further upcoming episodes. But it's been a journey and it's been a learning, and it was not easy at all. I had the freedom to do whatever I want, but sometimes freedom can also lead you to feel a bit lost and confused. And I was really trying to understand how to discipline myself whilst also enjoying my freedom. So I think that is where I am at the moment, that while I know how things work, I still am learning myself, and I'm still trying to not be harsh on myself, but at the same time discipline myself to lead a more just overall more enriching life, because being an entrepreneur is extremely stressful. And it just never leaves your side, whether it's daytime, nighttime, middle of the night, Sunday, Saturday, whatever day it is. Being an entrepreneur is a 24/7 job, and it can get really, it can get to you, and it can affect you and the people around you as well. So it's very important to understand yourself, what kind of entrepreneur you are, what kind of person you are, and accordingly decide priorities, because it is extremely important, like I said, to enjoy the process. If you stop enjoying being an entrepreneur, then the entire freedom of being an entrepreneur and taking charge of things is a lost cause. So that is what I'm figuring out at the moment, and this podcast is going to play a huge role in doing that, because like I've mentioned, even in my um, previously when I was active in this podcast, I've mentioned that this podcast is like a therapy to me. It really really is a therapy to me. And the fact that people are learning from it, when I get those few messages that I could so connect with it, that is just cherry on the cake. That is just something which just feels like it's like the best feeling in the entire world. So that's why this is going to play a huge role in balancing and navigating my life here onwards. Now I would like to touch upon a little bit of the process of becoming an entrepreneur, and how it began and where I'm at currently. I'll dive a bit deeper into it, because I think no matter whether you want to be an entrepreneur or not, it's just that if you're undergoing a transition in your life of any sorts, not just professional, even personal, I think this kind of feeling is something which a lot of you will relate with. um, you know, it's it's a privilege that many of us get to make decisions on our own what we want to do in life. But just because we get to make those decisions does not mean that um, there onwards it's going to be a great feeling, a feeling of happiness, or a feeling of achievement, or a feeling of confidence, or great energy, or anything like that. I did make the decision to venture into entrepreneurship, and I did have all the support that I could possibly have asked for, especially from my husband. And while people around you will support you, entrepreneurship is a pretty lonely journey. It's you and your passion against everything else. You have to be really, really married to your passion if you want to keep going. The minute you lose connection with the entire purpose and the passion of you becoming an entrepreneur, I think it's safe to say that you either need to take a break or you need to step away. So the thing that kept me going was my extreme passion and my stubbornness to come up with clothes for petite women, and to keep making and keep moving forward in order to bring out the best results, in terms of course, the product, but also in terms of the experience that a person will have once they enter the world of Perfect Eat. So that really is my passion, and that keeps me going every single day. Do I question my decision? Every single day. Yes, I do. But would I have wanted it any other way? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. So that is one thing that I'm sure of. So I think one of the things in the last couple of years that I've learned is, what is it that I don't want? And if you are somebody who isn't who's in the figuring out stage, I think starting with the process of elimination is the best way to move forward. What is it that you absolutely are sure you do not want, personally in your life, professionally in your life? Helps you learn a lot about yourself. So that is the one thing, the first thing that I learned about during the last few years, was what is it that I do not want. So like I said, that it's a very exhausting process, and there are days, every single day, I question the decision. And there is so much of depth to being an entrepreneur. It's not just having great knowledge of धंधा कैसे चलता है, or numbers, or finances, or product, anything, you just name it. That is just the surface level of entrepreneurship. I think in depth, it is a lot to do with resilience, it is a lot to do with being patient, and how do you handle things, not just related to your job, but related to your surroundings. Because it's so exhausting that your relationship with your spouse, with your children, with your family, with your friends, it does change, it changes a lot. And the weird part is that probably in many cases the person will not even realize that the relationship is changing. It's just you who's understanding that it's changing, because you are undergoing so many different emotions at the same time. So it's really hard to have that conversation, or to explain to somebody why you're unavailable, or why you reacted the way you reacted, or why are you probably not calling as much, or probably not talking about the same things as much. You either might be shut off, or you might just talk about your entrepreneurship and your passion. So things change a lot, and it's difficult to understand, first of all, accept that, and secondly, to make people understand that this is why it's happening. And if you have people in your life who understand that, I think you have to keep them. They are like really, really great people. But while it's difficult, I would also say that it's really, um, you know, the small things in life, you start valuing them a lot. When even the smallest of things works out, this I'm saying professionally, you feel an immense sense of achievement. And that is again very important to keep you going. So for someone who's like in a corporate job, that might feel like not such a big deal, but when it's you who has, it's entirely you who has resulted in that particular outcome, that achievement is just really, really something. It hits differently. So those are the small things that you need to celebrate. And I'm still working on such things, because I am, while I say that I'm patient, but I really want to, I'm very, very sure and extremely passionate about what I want to bring to people through my brand. And sometimes, being too passionate can come in your own way, because you start being extremely harsh on yourself when the outcome is not meeting 100% of your expectations. Yes, you do learn to lower your expectations maybe, but even, if you come in the category of extremely passionate people, you need at least 80%, and anything less than that you just cannot accept, and you don't care about anything else, but you just won't accept that kind of outcome. So dealing with that is another, it's a difficult thing. But the small achievements are what probably it's like a pat on your own back, and they help you to keep going. They help you to keep, it's like a reassurance that it's okay, you're doing fine, so keep going. um, and I think that is something that I have realized, that it's important to do that. And it's a lot of self doubt is also involved in the process. And I know everybody has self doubt, but everybody does not, at the end of the day, everybody has a to do list, and if they finish that amount of work at the end of the day, they go back home, and it's that work is either in their laptop, it's sitting in their laptop, or in the office. It's not with you. In most cases it doesn't come home with you. But in this case, it's always in your head. uh, in this case, your brain is your workplace. Your brain is what is like a storage unit. Doesn't Everything else doesn't matter, so everything is up here, so you can never switch off. So I sometimes really struggle with that I cannot switch off. And it's difficult to focus on things which otherwise need attention, because you're so um, involved in just setting things right. And it's just you, when you're the only person involved, everything falls on you, because I'm the only person that is currently involved with this brand. Everything falls on you, and it can get exhausting. And of course you can get advice and everything from people, but at the end of the day, it's your decision, because it's your brand. So you want to make sure that you are making, with whatever knowledge you have, the best decision possible. So it can get exhausting, and it's difficult to switch off at times. So um, that is something which I think a lot of people will relate with, especially if you're an entrepreneur, I guess. So it's important to understand when to switch off, wherein this podcast now comes into play. That this is a good distraction, this is something which is going to be a part of my daily routine, and it's going to help me regulate my myself better. So I think that was pretty much a brief of you know what has happened in the last couple of years since I've been off this podcast. So to just sum it up, what is it that I have learned is that being an entrepreneur is a full time job, and I personally would not want to be anything else doing any other kind of job in any other industry. I'm very passionate about this brand, and my mission is to empower petite women and to bring another level of confidence in them, which they've never experienced before. And I know that they've not experienced before because I've been there and I've spoken to a lot of them. And this is one way to bring them together and empower them all over again. Second thing that I learned is that it is uh, not always right to be harsh on yourself. You have to be your own critique, that's right. But at the same time, don't fall under the pressures of the world and the society where they expect you to um, get an overnight success, because entrepreneurship is a very slow process, and it's important to prioritize yourself and nobody else. And as hard as it is to do that, it is just extremely important and something that you should just accept sooner than later. The third thing that I've learned is everything uh, is everything becomes clear when you are hustling as an entrepreneur. You are personally, what I have learned, and probably what many of you also must have learned, is that what is it that you don't want. You become very very clear about that, because you only have 24 hours in a day, and in that amount of time you need to prioritize. And to be able to prioritize with all the confusion that's going around, I think the best route to take is the route of elimination. Eliminate things. It could be a habit, it could be people, it could be just some anything. It could be literally anything. Eliminate things in your life that are not adding value, in fact that are creating more interference than helping you in any way. You need to eliminate. And I think lastly, what I've learned is that you just have to be your own superhero. You have to be, like I said, it's lonely, so you have to be your own superpower superhero. And as chaotic and confusing the journey is, as long as you're holding your own hand and you are just giving yourself a chance, I think you should keep going. Don't become blind to facts and to opinions and to the reality of life, but also don't be bogged down by people making unhelpful statements on you, or about your business, or about just your career. um, it really, it's only you who knows what you're doing, and it's you who needs to be your superhero. So those were some of the very important things that I wanted to cover in this particular episode, to just lay the foundation down. I know this has been uh, different than probably my earlier episodes, but I really want, this is the major change that has happened in my life, which has helped me to put things up in place. So I would put it this way, whatever I have been talking about in the previous episodes before I restarted this podcast now, all that was in theory, but now things are being put to practicality, and things are getting executed and implemented. And you can look at it that way, that that was my theory, but this is like, it's really happening now. So I'm gonna like solidify my learnings, and they are going to be even more real, and even more honest, and even more impactful, whatever I share here. So I really hope that you're able to connect with it, whether you want to be an entrepreneur or not. Just if you're undergoing a transition in life, or you've chosen a path that is, less paved, I think we are doing it together, and we'll be all right. So that's it, guys. That's all I wanted to talk about, and I hope that you enjoyed this episode. And we will be, I'm just so excited. We'll be talking again, and it's gonna be great. Leave your comments if you have any in the comment box, which is there. Just, if you have my number, message me. Just say whatever you want to say. I would love to hear it. And we'll be back again next Wednesday with another episode. And don't forget, put it in your calendar, put it back in your calendar if you have, forgotten about this podcast. Every Wednesday at 9:30 we will be releasing Unfiltered Reveries. So see you next Wednesday. Have an absolutely great week and take care of yourselves. Bye.